Go on, get it over with. The list of doomed men.
I'm almost done. Only one name left.
Go on.
The Hound.
Hey everyone, welcome to another new video. In today's video, I'd like to explain how Arya came up with the idea of her list. Not necessarily how she came up with who was on the list, because we all know pretty well how she chose the people on her list. More of how she came up with the idea to recite her list before sleeping at night. This isn't really something I thought about until recently. I always assumed she just came up with the idea on her own, but Arya witnessed the slaughter of most Stark loyalists in King's Landing, her mentor Syrio Forel's death, she killed a boy who wanted to turn her into Cersei, and she witnessed her own father's beheading. She watched her old life demolished right before her eyes, and she needed one hell of a good reason to keep going. You remember Yoren, the recruiter from the Night's Watch who came to King's Landing for new recruits? He's the one that saved Arya from King's Landing and got her on the King's Road heading north. Minutes before his death, Yoren and Arya were speaking about their past. Yoren told Arya a story that is directly relatable to what she has gone through, and if you listen to this clip, this is definitely the motivation behind her list.
You know, we've got something in common, me and you know that. I must have been a couple of years older than you. I saw my brother stabbed through the heart right on our doorstep. He wasn't much of a villain what skewered him. Willem, the lad's name was. He ran off before anyone could spit. I just stood there, watching my brother die. Here's the funny part. I can't picture my brother's face anymore. But Willem, oh, he was a nice-looking boy. He had good white teeth, blue eyes, one of those dimpled chins all the girls like. I would think about him when I was working, when I was drinking, when I was having a shit. It got to the point where I would say his name every night before I went to bed. Willem, Willem, Willem. A prayer almost. Well, one day, Willem came riding back into town. I buried an axe so deep into Willem's skull I had to bury him with it. Willem's horse got me to the wall, and I've been wearing black ever since. Well, that'll help you sleep, eh?
Yoren may not have lasted long, but his story gave Arya the perfect motivation for what she was going through. Her list was the reason why she kept going strong. After she went her separate ways from the Hound, she went to Braavos and became one of the most deadly assassins Westeros has ever seen. Just ask Walder Frey. On another note, I'm sure a lot of people wonder why Ilyn Payne is no longer on Arya's list. Payne, of course, is the royal executioner that beheaded Ned. Ilyn Payne was played by a man named Wilco Johnson. Wilco was sadly diagnosed with cancer around seasons 3 and 4, and he was basically written out of the story. In fact, the last time we ever even hear his name is shortly before Tywin's death at the end of season 4.
I'd never let them execute you. Is that what you fear? I'll never let Ilyn Payne take you ahead. You're a Lannister. You're my son.
The show writers decided that Johnson played the role so well he would not be recasted, and it is unclear if he would return. Given that there are only 6 episodes left at the time of this recording, I'd say we've probably seen the last of Ilyn Payne. Arya has killed or forgiven everyone else on her list. and the remaining names on her list, Cersei and the Mountain, they better steer clear of this young and deadly assassin. I don't think anything can stop her at this point, except for the Army of the Dead, of course. I have a lot of great Game of Thrones material that I'll be releasing before, during, and after Season 8. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe.